Good morning Year 3 and welcome to today's maths lesson. Now there is a White Rose maths video that you can watch today to help you with today's maths lesson. If you could pause it at about 5 minutes, okay, because then it starts to talk about things that get a little bit complicated. So if you pause it at about 5 minutes, okay. So as usual, I want you to work through the tough 10 and the addition questions. Okay, can you do the deepen it and write a number story for one of the questions? Okay, brilliant. Then there's some times table practice here, so some times table wheels. Now these are different to ones we've done before, with a gap sometimes in the middle. So for example, if I had 3 and a gap, then 36, I wouldn't panic, I would just think, what do I times 3 by to get 36? So I can count up in my 3's and work out how many 3's there are in 36. And I know the answer is 12, so 12 would go in the gap there. Brilliant. Now, today we are going to be using the multiplication facts that we've been practicing, and also the multiplying by 10 that we did yesterday to help us to solve some trickier multiplication facts. Okay, so let me talk you through some examples. So here I have 2 times 4, I've got 2 groups of 4. So I know that 2 times 4 ones would give me 8 ones, because 2 times 4 is 8, isn't it? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the question now, and I'm going to look at 2 times 40, okay? So here I can show 2 times 40, or 2 times 4 tens. Now I know that 40 is 10 times as big as 4. So if I know that 2 times 4 ones equals 8 ones, I also know that 2 times 4 tens equals 8 tens. So that means 2 times 40 equals 8 tens, which I know is 80. So because I know that 2 times 4 is 8, and I know that 40 is 10 times bigger than 4. What I can do is to work out 2 times 40, I can do 2 times 4 equals 8, and then multiply my answer by 10 to give me 80. Now remember, we practiced multiplying by 10 yesterday. Who can remember the rule? What did we do? That's right. When we multiply a number by 10, the digits move one place to the left, and then we add a placeholder 0 to fill in that gap. Okay, let's look at another example. So, in this example, we've got 4 times 4 equals 16. We've got 4 groups with 4 in. Now I'm going to use that fact to help me to work out 4 times 40, which I have shown here. So because I know that 4 times 4 ones is 16, I know that 4 times 4 tens is going to be 10 times bigger. So my answer, my 16 here, is going to be 10 times bigger. So I've got to multiply 16 by 10 to give me the answer to 4 times 40. So if I move all the digits one place to the left in 16, then I know I need to add on my placeholder 0 to give me 160. Okay, let's look at another example. What does this picture here show? That's right, it shows 3 groups of 5, 3 times 5, and I know that 3 times 5 is 15. Now I'm going to use that to help me to work out 3 times 50, or 3 groups of 5 tens. Now I know that when I'm doing 3 times 50, 50 is 10 times bigger than 5. Okay, so I'm going to times my 15 by 10 to work out the answer. Okay, so 15 times 10 is 150. So I know that 3 times 50 is 150 because my answer is 10 times bigger than the answer 15. Brilliant. Let's just look at a couple more examples before I talk you through today's learning. So I've got 3 times 3 equals 9, and I'm going to use that to work out 3 times 30. Now, I know that 30 is 10 times bigger than 3. Okay, so what I've got to do is I've got to times the answer 9 by 10 to work out 3 times 30. And I know 9 times 10 is 90, okay, because everything moves to the left, and I add on my placeholder 0, so my answer to 3 times 30 will be 90, okay, because I've used the multiplication fact 3 times 3 to help me work it out. Brilliant. Let's look at one more example. So I'm going to use the multiplication fact 4 times 3 equals 12 to work out 4 times 30. Now, I know that 30 is 10 times bigger than 3. So my answer to 4 times 30 is going to be 10 times bigger than the answer to 4 times 3, which is 12. So I have to multiply 12, which is the multiplication fact that I know, by 10. And when I'm multiplying a number by 10, everything moves one place to the left, all of the digits, and I add a placeholder 0. So the answer to 4 times 30 will be 120. Okay, fantastic. Now, if you need to go back to anything that I've said in this video, just rewind it and watch it again to help you to understand what we're doing. Okay, now your work today, you've got a few different practice questions to work through. First of all, you've got to work out the multiplication facts that you know, and it's all on the 3 times table. Then you can use that fact to work out the multiplication question underneath. So remember, you've got to times your answer to the first part of the question by 10. So moving everything to the left and adding on your placeholder 0. Again, here you've got some further practice questions to help you with the multiplying the numbers. Okay, so work out the answer to the first one, then multiply your answer by 10 to help you to get that more complicated fact. There's also some more practice here, and what you've got to do, you've got to write down what the array says. So I'm going to go look at my rows first. So I've got 3, and then I've got 2 going down in the column. So it's 3 times 2, which I know equals 6. And here, it's not ones anymore, it's tens. So I've got 30 going across in my row. So I'm going to do 30. And then I've got 2 tens going down, so I'm going to do 30 times 2. And I know the answer to 3 times 2 is 6, so my answer to this one is going to be 10 times bigger. And I can even check that by counting, so 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. And I know that 60 is 10 times bigger than 6. Okay, so use the counters to help you with these questions, okay, for some extra practice. Then finally, we've got some deepen it questions for you to work through. Okay, so have a look at those and have a go at answering them. And then we know that on the next few slides there will be the answers. Okay, so I hope this video has helped you with today's lesson, okay, of using the multiplication facts that you know to help you to solve trickier facts. Okay, brilliant Year 3. Thank you for working so hard. You are all superstars. Well done.